Clippers. So I'm going to keep, taking credit for this little run they're on. I joked about it last week. Ever since James Harden and I talked at Chase Center in San Francisco, they've won 13 out of 15 games, proving a lot of people wrong in terms of their ability to be pretty strong collectively, myself included. I didn't know that they would get it together. Here's a few numbers for you guys. 13-2 in that stretch. I'm going to focus on Harden and then get to Kawhi. Harden, 19.8 points, 5.1 boards, 9.7 assists, and a plus minus of 9.3 that is second only to Kawhi Leonard. It's 12.3. Percentage wise, this jumps out at you. 45.1% from distance for James, 6.8 attempts. Just playing really, really good ball. And some of those 4 games without Kawhi, he had a hip injury that he came back from. What's your guys' surprise factor on how strong the Clippers look right now?
I mean, after their start, I'm surprised by how strong they look. Like they look unbelievable over this stretch. I mean, they've just been a two-way stalwart, right? I mean, we're talking about their third in the NBA in points per possession over this 13-2 stretch that dates back till December 1st. And like, honestly, the most important thing, and it's not even close, is that Kawhi Leonard has been absolutely insane on both sides of the floor. He has been unbelievable defensively. Paul George has been great defensively, but they are revving defensively because they have the guy who's probably been the best defensive wing, maybe the best defensive wing in the league right now with the way that he's playing. And offensively, he is hitting every single freaking shot he puts up. He's like 45 from 3. He is creating his own shot like crazy. His numbers as an isolation scorer are absolutely ridiculous. He is looking like prime Kawhi, and he's playing every night too. Things look really good when you have a guy who's, I mean, look, he's been a top 5 player basically, if not better, over this past month plus that they've been on this run. That's really big. The questions about the Clippers have always been, are their good players actually going to play games? Those have been the questions. Right. And not only are there good players playing games, but Kawhi's playing at the top of his game right now. He's just unbelievable at this point. And it's changes everything.
Yeah.
Slater?
I agree. And I actually can remember having this segment in the opposite direction like a month or so ago. And I think part of what we were talking about was like, the why they have gotten to this point, which is in what is this, year 4 or 5 with Kawhi and Paul George, and such a failed situation it seemed was because Kawhi Leonard hadn't been available, or even when he was available, the guy that they shook their whole roster, traded the Thunder all their picks, and now a guy who's in the MVP conversation, by the way, to get and to ensure that they got. So now he's playing like that, and they need him to stay healthy and available and doing that. And James Harden, I think, has been good. I think he's played his way into shape, and by week 3 with the Clippers was kind of looking at least like the Sixers version of himself. Russell Westbrook, a guy we mentioned on this podcast a lot, I think his professionalism within this situation matters, right? Accepting a bench role, playing super hard for his whatever he gets, 18, 20 minutes a night, but also like making zero noise, about that role acceptance has been important. And then Paul George is just Paul George. When he's out there, he's just a supreme level, like secondary guy.
Slater,
Sam, real quick,
sir.
You know what's crazy? Yep. The Clippers team true shooting percentage over this stretch, their true shooting percentage is 64%. As a team, that is a team's. That is like, how can we put this in perspective? Like there are Steph Curry seasons with 64, 65% true shooting, right? Like that's insane. They have been ridiculous. And over this stretch, to bring it back to the Kawhi point, 15-game stretch, Kawhi's true shooting, the efficiency numbers are insane. 68% effective field goal percentage and 72 true shooting. It's just a whole other level, the way that he's scoring and the attention that he's commanding, the attention that James Harden is commanding, which is just opening up stuff for so many other guys, for Paul George spot ups, Westbrook has been a more efficient player too off the bench. Like I figured defensively that team had it. Offensively, if they're really this good, then they are a problem as long as their good players continue to play basketball.